Can you please share your opinion why in the past the knowledge was passed so organically from grandmothers to mothers to their children? Because at some point, to understand how our bodies work and our cyclical nature, we have to search for this information on the internet, attend courses, ask our friends. Why has this connection between mothers and daughters been lost?
Well, unfortunately, I don't like to discuss religion, but it really does boil down to religion. That once Christianity and other religions came into being the dominating force.
Yeah.
You know, because before there's been different beliefs and things, but as soon as somebody comes in as the dominator and says, you know, you're a witch if you give your blood to the earth.
Yes.
And you will be burned. That's a pretty deep thing to shut something that is natural down in the psyche as a genetic memory. So if your mother from, I don't know, 10 generations ago was burnt at the stake for giving her blood to the earth or for using herbal medicine, you know, which is the most natural thing in the world for her menstruation, that's a deep scar. And of course, along with that is this idea, and unfortunately it's throughout many cultures on the planet, not just one or two religions, but many of the traditions, even still, that when a woman is bleeding, she is dirty. Rather than saying a woman is cleaning, you know, she's cleaning herself emotionally and physically, and it's a healing process for her. We twist it and say it's the opposite. For example, in India, you know, women have to be on the outside of the house at this time of the year. But so you can see how far away we have come from actually saying, wow, you are the giver of life, and wow, this is your time, you know, for healing, for rest, for nurturing, for cleaning. And so it's been a long process on the planet over some hundreds of years that have closed down from generation to generation to generation. So that's where and that change into something positive and new happens in an instant as soon as a woman accepts it herself and then starts to share from that acceptance and love with her direct family. It's not about changing the planet. It's about changing your
planet.
Your planet, your space of love, your family's life.
In your opinion, is it necessary for every woman who has come here in a female body to acknowledge and realize her feminine nature?
This is the only way that we can restore happiness in woman's psyche all over the planet, because woman has not accepted her body for a long time now, and it grows like a psychosis over the planet with, you know, Instagram, with Facebook, with all the social platforms now, where a woman who once used to go get a photograph done, take it to the photo shop, you know, and maybe put it on her wall, now it's instant. She can catch her image any second of the day. And it's created this psychosis because she wants to be perfect. Why does she want to be perfect? She wants to be perfect because she doesn't accept the fact that she's not perfect. And we women are just not perfect. We are built in such a way that our right breast is a different shape and a different size to our left. Our right eye, our left eye, our vaginal lips are different from each other. And yet you see women trying to make themselves fit into the perfect shape, the perfect latest hairstyle, the perfectly shaped lips, the perfect face, the perfect clothes. And this is really psychosis because there's a medium now for women to present this fake image constantly, constantly, daily. And we now, without realizing it, have become responsible for continuing the virus that's inside of woman, that she fundamentally believes that she's not enough, you know. So we make ourselves more than what we are with filters, you know, with everything that's available for us now, to make ourselves look more perfect than what we are, to project a perfect image of a perfect life, or a perfect husband, or perfect children, you know. And so this psychosis happened only because we lost our connection to our feminine principle. What does that mean? Well, it means that our energy, instead of being in the whole body, and with woman's body, she's built so beautifully to be incredibly sensitive and sensual. You know, the vagina, or I call it from the old language, but yoni, it's built with so many nerve endings for pleasure, for total sensuality or sensitivity. And this is supposed to be her root point in her body. And yet we can see it's been filled up with so much shame, so much pain, so much disappointment, with rape, with all kinds of feelings that have absolutely nothing to do with the feminine principle, because the feminine principle is a flow of love. So that first root, that first experience of her being in her feminine body through her lovemaking is meant to open up love. And this love opens her body, and she says, wow, I'm a woman, I'm here on the planet. But for most women, it's kind of the opposite. It's like shame, pain, oh, I'm not enough, or it was disappointing, it was, you know, so it often, and there's lack of trust from mother to daughter, daughter to mother, to nourish you through that really difficult passageway. And so we don't realize just how deeply that gets stuck in our body, those first sexual experiences, you know, that are supposed to initiate us into saying, I have this body, wow, it can be painful, it can be beautiful, it can be sensual, it can be orgasmic, it can be like all these things that we are supposed to discover through opening up to the feminine principle, and also opening up to the masculine principle. So that's our natural state, but we can see how far away we've come from that. So when this pain has globally gotten into woman's yoni and into her womb through very, very traumatic childbirth, cesareans, abortions that have not been lovingly nurtured, you know, miscarriage, through her fear to surrender to mothering, because, you know, this feminine principle has been so pushed down on the planet that we almost think that being a mother is like a downgrade or a weakness or something that we have to move through and then get back in the world, you know, to be a strong woman again. But actually this surrendering that happens, where you have to totally serve the pregnancy and then totally serve the baby, is what grows her into her feminine principle. But again, because we're pushing down that feminine principle as taking too much time, it's economically unviable when you have to, you know, leave your job and etc. As so many negative stigmas put on woman being as mother, that she is supposed to, through the birthing process, discover that she is the entire cosmos birthing a baby. You know, this is the natural state of childbirth, which women, when they start to home birth in a supported, loving environment, a woman, wow, she can open up to this incredible potential. But so many women are being told, no, it's dangerous, you know, you shouldn't birth at home, abort, or, you know, like there's not very much positive reinforcement to encourage her that this is your feminine principle. Trust her, because she lives inside of you. Trust this intelligence of your yoni, of your womb, because it's not something less than logic. It's actually something that's greater than logic. Logic lives inside the feminine principle. So it's the vector, it's the point of direction, it's that penis energy that gives purpose to the chaos of the feminine energy. So, you know, it's really like we live in a big cosmos, and that pure masculine energy, that logic, is what then goes in and structures it. It's not greater than. It's an important marriage between him and her. But unfortunately, on the planet, he's been put up as here and she's been put down there as a principle. So until a woman then starts to actually really engage in a body, and that means going into feminine practice, it means breathing, answering right down through her life channel every day, every day.